Welcome to the iOB Business Podcast. We help our partners launch digital agencies, enabling them to assist local businesses with their online presence.
Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of the iOB Business Podcast. As the year has drawn to a close and we welcome the start of 2021, we wanted to take a reflective look back at the last 12 months as well as look ahead to some key highlights for the year ahead. Firstly, we wanted to wish you a very happy new year from all the team at iOB Business. We hope you stay safe and have a really prosperous 2021. Think back 12 months and the majority of us were excited about the year ahead. Very few of us could have predicted back then that we would experience a year like no other. Terms we are all familiar with such as social distancing, pandemic and lockdown, seemed rather alien at the start of 2020. Living through a global pandemic has been challenging for all of us, both in a personal and professional capacity. Many of us have lost loved ones during the year, bringing into sharp focus the vulnerability of life itself. We have seen the true heroes of our society, key workers, battle to ensure our healthcare systems and communities continue to be operational, albeit at a reduced capacity. There have been many winners and losers of the pandemic so far. Online giants such as Amazon and Netflix, for instance, have reported huge growth during the year as more of us have decided to shop online and binge-watch our favorite television series. Some less fortunate stories come from the many people that have lost their jobs, been furloughed or simply forced to close their businesses because of the pandemic. However, as with any crisis, there are always opportunities and ways to improve things for the future. As the year has drawn to a close and we welcome the start of 2021, we wanted to take a reflective look back at the last 12 months as well as look ahead to some key highlights for the year ahead. Quarter 1 2020. The first few months of 2020 were relatively normal with business as usual. There was the usual uplift at the start of the year with lots of us making plans and New Year resolutions. Although there was talk of a virus, it seemed like something that was affecting countries far away from the UK. However, as we proceeded into March, things suddenly started to feel different as the news was dominated by the coronavirus. Towards the end of the month, we all witnessed the beginning of a national lockdown, something unprecedented in peacetime with the country and most of the world effectively closing. This presented many challenges to all of us as we started to pivot and work from home. There was a huge surge in demand for online productivity tools like Zoom, Slack, Microsoft Teams, etc., as well as a rush for people to purchase home office equipment. We were now living in very different times. Quarter 2 2020. The second quarter of 2020 was very much focused on bringing the R rate down and flattening the curve. Certainly here in the UK, there were the daily coronavirus briefings that communicated the impact of the virus on all of our lives. Things got even more serious with the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, testing positive and subsequently being moved to an ICU unit. We also saw the growing importance and realization of the work of our frontline NHS staff and key workers to keep us all safe. The clapping on a Thursday evening became somewhat of a ritual and morale booster for many communities across the UK. The move towards the middle of the year saw announcements relating to the easing of lockdown in most parts of the UK. The days of self-haircuts were coming to an end as the government detailed how we would be operating in a socially distanced environment. Quarter 3 2020. The penultimate quarter of the year saw the government building upon some of the financial schemes they had in place, such as the Job Retention Scheme, furloughing staff and the Eat Out to Help Out initiative. Businesses were bouncing back and ensuring their environments were COVID-19 secure. Consumer confidence was slowly starting to return as more of us ventured out, and while life wasn't anywhere near normal, it seemed to be moving back in the right direction. There was also news of new vaccines being developed at record speed to add some light at the end of the tunnel. All of this was still going on with the backdrop of the virus still being a very real threat. Quarter 4 2020. The final few months of the year saw the R rate increase as well as the return to school, universities for many students around the UK. In an ever-changing picture, the UK then went into another enforced national lockdown, albeit for 4 weeks in November to try and control the pandemic in the run-up to the festive period. As we all know, the holiday season, especially Christmas, felt very different with none of the usual festivities we have been accustomed to. Shielding from family and friends for the greater good has been challenging for all of us. However, the final quarter of 2020 also signaled a turning point in the global fight against the pandemic with approval of a number of vaccines designed to help us return to some form of normality in 2021. While the logistical challenge of immunizing billions of people across the globe is huge, there is real confidence and optimism that things will look much better in 2021. So on to the year ahead. While we all recognize that we are still living through a pandemic, the news of the vaccines has changed the timeline moving forward. Indeed, we now have a viable remedy that can sit alongside the other things we have been doing since March, such as better hygiene, social distancing and wearing face coverings, which gives us all reasons to be hopeful. From a business perspective, the last 12 months have really amplified the need for all types of businesses to engage in some form of digital transformation. With the average adult now spending over 5 hours per day online, it is a necessity, rather than a luxury, for businesses to invest in their online presence. From revamped websites to streamlined ordering, booking systems, right the way through to managing their reputation on review sites or social media, it has never been more important for businesses to leverage the benefits of technology. Some of our key highlights. Here at iOB Business, like everyone else, we have adapted to counteract the challenges of the pandemic. From working from home, to investing more in our technology platforms, it's certainly been a busy year for us as a company. We have experienced significant growth, both domestically and internationally, as we have secured more passionate partners that are focused on helping local businesses overcome the challenges posed by the coronavirus. Alongside our investment into our technology and infrastructure, we have also expanded our team, and in particular we now have a resident business coach who is tasked with delivering our business growth sessions every 2 weeks for existing partners. In the upcoming year, we have lots of new announcements about our technology and support mechanisms, designed to really accelerate the performance of every partner within our network. As we look ahead, there are many reasons to be thankful and optimistic about 2021. So in summary, the year 2020 will be judged as a seminal moment in our existence as a global society. A virus that shaped the world and changed the very fabric of our lives and communities. However, with a collective spirit, doing the right thing and showing resilience, we are now able to look ahead to the future with hope and prosperity. As a company, we would like to thank every one of you reading this for the sacrifices and determination you have shown over the last 12 months. We look forward to engaging with you in the weeks and months ahead as we continually adjust to the challenges of this unpredictable world. From all the team at iOB Business, Happy New Year, and we wish you continued success in 2021. Thank you very much for spending your time listening to our podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and catch our next episode. Until next time, take care.